11 Show Off. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Bone Douluo returned to the main hall of the sect, and showed off Yi Feng's performance in front of Ning Fengji and Sword Douluo. You mean, he learned the idea of Qibao Luliming after only listening to it once? Ning Fengji asked in surprise. The Qibao Yuli meditation method is not so easy to learn, especially for a child like Yi Feng. It is difficult for you, a child, to meditate on the image of the 7 treasures glazed pagoda in your mind, and besides meditation, the soul power in the body has to flow in accordance with special laws, and this kind of subtle operation is even more difficult. Unexpectedly, Yi Feng learned it in just one pass. Yeah, I didn't expect this kid to be so talented. I was shocked. Even the old man. Bone Douluo proudly stroked the sparse beard on his chin. Humph, that's Xiaofeng's strength. What are you proud of? Don't you think it's your credit? Sword Douluo looked at Bone Douluo disdainfully. This time, Bone Douluo was so angry that his beard fell off. Why is it not my fault? Xiaofeng's meditation method was taught by me. Hehe, you can teach anyone you want. What credit do you have? Ning Fengji looked at the 2 old men helplessly, and skillfully persuaded him. Okay, Uncle Jian and Uncle Gu, please stop arguing. In my opinion, Xiaofeng's talent is indeed outstanding, but it also needs correct guidance. Especially the sense of belonging to the sect is the most important thing. He didn't want a genius to finally appear, but because of negligence, he would be cultivated into a white-eyed wolf. Hearing this, Sword Douluo and Bone Douluo also became serious. Fengji, don't worry, I will pay attention to this aspect. With my guidance, Xiaofeng will definitely become the pillar of the 7 treasure glazed tile school in the future. Sword Douluo patted his chest and promised. Me too. Bone Douluo glanced at Sword Douluo dissatisfied, and followed closely. Humph. Humph. Sword Douluo and Bone Douluo glared at each other, snorted coldly at each other, turned their heads like children, and stopped looking at each other. Yi Feng, who was being talked about by Ning Fengji and others, was terribly annoyed by Ning Rongrong at this moment. Brother Yi Feng, I want to fly to the sky. You promised to take me to fly. Ning Rongrong said, pestering Yi Feng. I can't fly high. Why are you going to the sky? If you want to go to the sky, go to Grandpa Jian and Grandpa Bones. They are titled Douluo. If you want to go to the sky, you can go to the sky. Yi Feng said helplessly. At this moment, he is experiencing the cultivation effect brought by Qibao Yuli meditation. He just wants to feel the feeling of becoming stronger quietly. How can he have time to take the little kid to heaven? I don't. You promised me. Your words don't count. Ning Rongrong is not so easy to fool. Her memory is good. Ugh. I agreed to fly only once. I don't have so much soul power to waste. Yi Feng looked helplessly at Ning Rongrong's stubborn little face, regretting that he agreed too soon yesterday. Good guy, just listening to stories is not enough, you have to fly with her and play with her. Looking at it this way, you're almost like a third companion. Holding Ning Rongrong, amidst the girls yelling, Yi Feng led her to fly around in the sky, and then calmed down the girl. During the play, it was time for lunch, but Ning Rongrong didn't go back, so he just stayed in Yi Feng's yard and ate a meal. In the past few days, Ning Rongrong has been hanging out with him. If Ning Fengji hadn't given the death order, maybe this girl would have almost forgotten her home. In the afternoon, it was Sword Douluo's physical training class. Today's task is very simple, let's do running training. Sword Douluo said gently, this is just the beginning of training, and it must be done step by step. After the adaptation period, gradually increase the difficulty of training. Yi Feng looked at him without speaking, knowing that he still had more to say. It was Ning Rongrong who asked curiously, Grandpa Jian, how long are you going to run? Hehe, it's not far, Rongrong can run for 1 kilometer. As for Xiaofeng, you need to run 5 kilometers to complete the task. Yi Feng looked at Jian Douluo speechlessly. The difference in treatment was too obvious, but it is also understandable. After all, he has awakened the martial soul, and he is also a beast soul master, so his physical fitness is relatively strong. It was Ning Rongrong who stood up for him. Grandpa Jian, how can you do this, running 5 kilometers? What should I do if Brother Yi Feng is exhausted? I'm exhausted, who will play with me in the future? In fact, to Ning Rongrong, she didn't even know the concept of 5 kilometers, she simply felt that 5 kilometers was more than 1 kilometer. Rongrong, don't make trouble, Xiao Feng is already a soul master, 5 kilometers is not difficult for him. Sword Douluo explained with a smile. Yeah, Rongrong, I'm fine, but you have to work harder. Let's compete to see who will complete the task first. Yi Feng rubbed Ning Rongrong's little head and said encouragingly. Okay, let's start. Ning Rongrong rolled her eyes, her small body jumped out quickly, and began to run along the training ground. Okay, Rongrong, you're playing tricks. Yi Feng chased after him. Funny, hearing Yi Feng's voice, Ning Rongrong ran even faster. Xiao Feng, remember not to use martial spirit. Behind him, Jian Douluo's voice came from afar, if Yi Feng used Wuhuan, this training would be meaningless. Understood. Yi Feng replied back, can't use martial soul, but he can use soul power. For a soul master, soul power is an omnipotent force, it can strengthen the legs to increase speed, and it can also prolong physical strength, it just depends on how to use it, that's why Sword Douluo arranged for Yi Feng to run 5 kilometers. Only in this way can the use of soul power become Yi Feng's instinct. If you just run, 5 kilometers is still too difficult for a 6-year-old child, only by making full use of the spirit power to cooperate can there be a chance to complete the task. Rongrong, I'm catching up, Yi Feng is a soul master after all, although Ning Rongrong ran a distance first, he quickly caught up. Brother Yi Feng, wait for me. Ning Rongrong almost burst into tears when Yi Feng overtook her, but Yi Feng didn't care about her. His task was 5 times that of Ning Rongrong's, if he didn't run faster, he might not finish this afternoon. Dead Yefeng, smelly Yefeng, don't run away. Seeing Yi Feng running away like a gust of wind, Ning Rongrong was so outraged that he didn't even call out his brother. He. Yi Feng, who was in front of him, pretended that he didn't hear it. The soul power in his body was running, but he ran faster. In his mind, the meditation method is working hard to restore the soul power that Yi Feng consumed all the time, although recovery and consumption cannot be balanced, it also prolongs the time for Yi Feng to use his soul power, and through his own control, Yi Feng's control over the soul power is also slowly increasing. It didn't take long for him to grasp the essence of using soul power, and only use a little soul power to bless his legs without causing any waste. Ding, you can feel the smooth flow of soul power in your meditation, and your proficiency has accelerated. Hearing the system's beep, Yi Feng ran even harder. Hey, please recommend, please collect, support is motivation. End of this chapter. Chapter 12. You are listening at hard.Your. With the passage of time, Yi Feng's training content is gradually increasing. On Douluo's side, he began to explain some knowledge about soul beasts and soul masters. On Sword Douluo's side, he also began to explain his combat experience, and from time to time, he would even do some actual combat. The training difficulty is gradually increasing. Soon, 10 days passed in a blink of an eye. In the past 10 days, Yi Feng's martial soul evolution rate has reached May 10th, which has accumulated to half. On average, the evolution rate is increased by a little every 3 days. After the evolution rate exceeded half, Yi Feng's feelings became more obvious. First of all, the movement speed is faster, and when the martial spirit is possessed, the pair of sharp claws are harder and sharper, the wings behind are also more favorable, allowing for faster flight, and Qibao Liuli meditation also broke through a small realm, reaching the level of Xiaocheng's 7 treasures glazed. Meditation method can accumulate soul power faster. Almost every day, Yi Feng could clearly feel the growth of soul power in his body. Because of the automatic cultivation of meditation methods, there is no need to rest at all, and it is running 24 hours a day. Yi Feng's soul power accumulation is also relatively fast. According to his estimation, he will be able to upgrade his level in about half a month. There is also the soul skill of speeding up, under the guidance of Sword Douluo, speeding up to the level of proficiency. After reaching the level of proficiency, Yi Feng can already exert the full effect of the accelerated soul skill. To accelerate this soul skill, every time his strength increases by 1 level, his movement speed and shooting speed will increase by 1%, he is now an 11th level. Soul Master, and the effect of accelerating soul skills is 110%. This speed is perfectly displayed, and it is already extremely ghostly, especially in the case of using soul skills freely. Feng can guarantee it. If he competes with Ning Haran again, he will definitely win. This person couldn't stand the nagging. He just thought of Ning Haran, but he really came. Feng had just finished training and returned to the courtyard with Ning Rongrong when a familiar voice came from outside the door. Is junior brother Feng at home? It's the third brother's voice. Ning Rongrong raised his head and said to Feng, Ning Haran's voice is very distinctive. It may be because he is in a period of voice change. His voice is very sharp. As soon as you hear the sound, you know who it is. Senior brother Haran. Please come in. Feng greeted him with a smile. I haven't seen you for a long time. Senior brother came to discuss with you again. Ning Haran said straight to the point. This time, he came with the hope of victory. It seems that brother Haran's strength has increased again. Feng's eyes flashed, and he had already noticed Ning Haran's proud expression. I know. Ning Rongrong jumped up and said. Because I didn't beat brother Feng last time, I went to retreat to practice. This time I must have made a breakthrough. Ning Haran nodded with a smile. Little sister is right, I have broken through to the 17th level. Congratulations, brother Haran. Feng said with a smile. It seems that brother Haran is very confident this time. Ning Haran laughed. Bibi, junior brother Feng, we'll find out later. Okay. Feng readily agreed. He is also trying to test his own strength, during this period of time, although the level has not improved, but in terms of strength, he already has the confidence to defeat Ning Haran. Let's go to the training ground. Under the leadership of Ning Haran, Feng and Ning Rongrong came to the training ground together. Although Ning Haran is Ning Fengji's son, he is kind and has no heirs, and I really like to find people to learn from, but his talent is not good, and his strength is not strong. People are still addicted to food, so it's him. Come on, junior brother Feng, I'm ready. As soon as he arrived at the training ground and stood still, Ning Haran couldn't wait to possess his body with the actual martial soul and enter the fighting state. The past 10 days of retreat had suffocated him, and he couldn't wait to have a big fight. Feng also completed the martial soul possession. Hearing Ning Haran's words, his expression froze, and he was so frightened that he almost lifted the martial soul possession. What kind of wolf and tiger words are this? It is easy to cause ambiguity. Senior brother, look at the trick. Feng moved his body and rushed forward quickly, with a pair of bird claws shining with sharp light. Good time. Ning Haran shouted excitedly, and also stretched out his hands, raising a pair of wolf claws to meet him. In just 10 days, Feng's combat experience has greatly improved. Facing Ning Haran, he didn't show any weakness at all, and the two started to fight back and forth. Beside, Ning Rongrong was excitedly applauding loudly. With that appearance, he was even more excited than himself on stage. The fierce fight between Feng and Ning Haran instantly attracted the attention of a group of inner disciples in the training ground. Those who were familiar with them started talking immediately. Tell me, junior brother Feng and senior brother Haran, who will win? It goes without saying, of course it's senior brother Haran. Regardless of age or strength, senior brother Haran is better than junior brother Feng. If you can't win, senior brother Haran will be ashamed. That's not certain. Look at junior brother Feng's movements. They are more routine than last time. Obviously, junior brother Feng's strength has improved a lot during this period of time. Those who watched the last battle were keenly aware of Feng's changes. In fact, it is, when he fought Ning Haran last time, Feng didn't dare to fight head-on at all, and mainly focused on dodging. This time it was different. He actually had a relationship with Ning Haran. He even relied on his speed to put Ning Haran at a disadvantage. This improvement is not insignificant. Only a dozen days have passed, and Feng has made such great progress. If he was given more time, wouldn't he soon be able to surpass these old people? Junior brother Feng, I'm going to get serious. Seeing that he couldn't win the battle for a while, Ning Haran couldn't hold back his face. He is a full 6 years older than Feng. If he can't take this, it will be a shame. Okay. Yi Feng nodded. You can't fly later. Ning Haoren reminded worriedly. Come on. Yi Feng has already seen Ning Haoren's soul skills, fast and explosive, but there is a fatal shortcoming, that is the straight line attack. As long as you can react in advance, it is not difficult to crack. Demon Wolf Raid. Ning Haoren's soul power suddenly exploded, and the next moment, his body turned into an afterimage and rushed towards Yi Feng. Accelerate. With a flash of light in Yi Feng's eyes, he activated his soul skills instantly, and moved his body 2 steps to the side, just avoiding Ning Haoren's attack. Afterwards, Yi Feng kicked back, advancing instead of retreating, and before Ning Haoren could react, he appeared behind Ning Haoren in an instant, clenched his fist with the bird's claw, and struck out fiercely. Boom! Ning Haoren only felt a strong force coming, and his body was thrown out suddenly. If he hadn't reacted in time, he might have fallen to pieces. At this time, Yi Feng was gaining momentum and was not forgiving. Taking advantage of Ning Haoren's unsteady footing, his body followed closely and chased after him. Senior brother Haoren, you lost. Yi Feng pointed at Ning Haoren's neck with his sharp bird claws, and said with a chuckle. End of this chapter. Chapter 13 The Girl in Red. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ding, your martial soul has gone through a battle and returned with a big victory. Under the excitement, the progress of your martial soul has increased, and the progress is 6 out of 10. Ding, your accelerated soul skills have gone through a battle, your courage has doubled, and your proficiency in accelerated soul skills has greatly improved. Ding, your 7 treasures Lioli meditation method skillfully manipulates the soul power to fight, the combat experience is richer, and the cultivation efficiency is higher. A series of prompts made Yi Feng overjoyed, wishing to fight again. Junior brother Yi Feng, how did you escape my attack? Ning Haoren looked at Yi Feng in shock. Until now, he still feels dazed. The magic wolf surprise attack is his powerful soul skill. How could he be dodged so easily? Because I predicted your attack. Yi Feng shrugged and explained easily. Prediction. Ning Haoren's expression was shocked, and then he suddenly realized, if it's a prediction, then it makes sense. Shit. As his first soul skill, Ning Haoren has studied it extremely thoroughly. I know the advantages and disadvantages of the wolf raid. Of course, I know that if I can predict in advance, coupled with agility, I can indeed escape his surprise attack, but that requires agility and sharp reflexes, and these are not what Yi Feng, a newly awakened soul master, can have. Only soul masters with rich experience can do this. Junior brother Yi Feng, you are such a genius. Ning Haoren looked at Yi Feng decadently, and sure enough, he was still no match for these geniuses. Look, senior brother Haoren has actually lost. How is this possible? That's right, although senior brother Haoren is average among his peers, he shouldn't have lost so quickly. No wonder junior brother Yi Feng was accepted as a disciple by the suzerain, so he is so powerful. As soon as the battle was over, the sect disciples who were watching their competition began to discuss. He, third brother, didn't you say you would defeat brother Yi Feng? Why did you lose again? Ning Rongrong quickly ran to Ning Haoren and said with a smile. What lost again? I only lost once, last time it was a tie. Ning Haoren argued. Didn't you be frightened by brother Yi Feng's flight last time? Ning Rongrong tilted her head and asked cutely, it looks cute, but the cunning deep in the eyes can't be hidden no matter what. Well, you little sister, you just know how to tease your third brother. Ning Haoren shook his head helplessly, lamenting that the female college did not stay. He. Ning Rongrong covered her mouth and laughed. Brother Haoren, so you are here, and I have been looking for it for a long time. Just at this moment, a fiery red figure came rushing towards here with quick steps. The figure was dressed in a red leather jacket, with a pair of quilt-colored leather shoes on his feet. He looked heroic and energetic. Hearing this girl's voice, Ning Haoren's eyes flashed a trace of helplessness, as if he was very resistant to her. Who is she? Yi Feng asked Ning Rongrong in a low voice. One look at the girl's appearance, she knew that she had a close relationship with Ning Haoren, and Yi Feng felt like eating melons. She is Yu Meyer, the daughter of Elder Yu. Ning Rongrong approached Yi Feng and said mysteriously, "She likes my third brother very much, but third brother doesn't seem too interested." "You know a lot, little girl." Yi Feng rubbed Ning Rongrong's head angrily. "Humph, of course." Ning Rongrong said proudly. "Meyer, why are you here?" Ning Haran asked. "I'm here to look for you. Hey, brother Haran, why are you in such a mess? Who bullied you?" Yu Meyer came to Ning Haran, and instantly found that Ning Haran didn't have much. After a battle, the original white robe was covered with dust, and the drifting hair also looked messy. In an instant, Yu Meyer's eyes became fierce. She glanced over Ning Rongrong, and finally landed on Yi Feng. "Meyer, don't. We are just discussing each other." Ning Haran hastily stretched out his hand to hold Yu Meyer, and explained, "It's okay if you don't explain it, but once you explain it, you will immediately expose Yi Feng." "Boy, is it you who beat brother Haran like this?" Although he couldn't believe it in his heart, Yi Feng was the only person present who met the standard. "Yes." Yi Feng readily admitted, he was looking forward to this girl's move. After all, every battle can make him stronger. Maybe, after the first battle, the progress of his martial arts can be improved again. "Very good, don't say I didn't give you a chance. You can make a move, otherwise, you won't even have a chance to make a move." Yu Meyer said to Yi Feng with a sneer. "Meyer, junior brother Yi Feng and I are just competing." Ning Haran explained. "So your name is Yi Feng, then I don't care, you hit my brother Haran, I will help him fight back." Yu Meyer didn't care about Ning Haran at all, and said to Yi Feng domineeringly. "Please enlighten me, senior sister Meyer." Yi Feng eagerly opened his posture and took the lead in displaying the martial soul possession. The yellow soul ring under his feet moved slowly. "Heh, you're still a soul master, come on, let me see your strength." Yu Meyer raised her brows, a hint of surprise flashed in her eyes. Yi Feng, Martial Soul Sparrow, an 11th level assault system soul master. Yi Feng was the first to report his level. There is a rule in the world of soul masters: as long as you report your level in battle, the opponent must also report your level. If the other party doesn't say anything, it's not giving face, and it's about making enemies. Yi Feng and Yu Meyer have no enmity or grudge, and they are also disciples of the same school. Of course, both parties have to follow the rules. Yu Meyer, Martial Soul Fire Python, a level 21 Assault Department Great Soul Master. Sure enough, seeing Yi Feng speak, Yu Meyer didn't hesitate, and after reporting the grade, she looked at Yi Feng playfully. "Sister Meyer, you have actually broken through to a Great Soul Master?" Ning Rongrong asked in surprise. "Huh, of course, sister, I am a genius." Yu Meyer smiled proudly. "Then Sister Meyer, be careful when you shoot later, don't hurt brother Yi Feng." Ning Rongrong seriously instructed Yu Meyer. "Yo." Looking at Ning Rongrong's worried eyes, Yu Meyer frowned, and looked at Yi Feng's eyes even more curiously. She just came back from hunting the soul ring, and she didn't know about Yi Feng. Of course she didn't know that Yi Feng was born with full soul power. "Don't worry, I won't hurt your little lover," Yu Meyer said carelessly. "Sister Meyer, what are you talking about?" Ning Rongrong stomped her feet, her face flushed red from the roots of her ears to her entire face. Ning Haran's expression also changed. His younger sister is only 6 years old, and Yu Meyer is too outspoken this year. "Haha, kid, let's do it, let me see your strength." Yu Meyer didn't see Ning Haran's expression at all. At this moment, she was looking at Yi Feng with great interest, urging him to hurry up. Yi Feng didn't talk nonsense. He spread his wings behind him, stomped his feet, and flew out. A pair of sharp claws mercilessly attacked Yu Meyer's beautiful face. Facing Yu Meyer, who was 1 level higher than him, Yi Feng didn't dare to keep his hand, and he used all his strength when he made a move. Cooperating with these wings, his speed was faster, and he came to Yu Meyer in the blink of an eye. End of this chapter. Chapter 14 Martial Soul Re-Evolution. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Facing Yi Feng's attack, Yu Meyer calmed down. A strong wave of fire erupted, and her body changed rapidly. Her cheeks were covered with fine scales, and her eyeballs also turned purple. making her look even more alluring. A thick snake tail stretched out from behind. With a curl of the tail, it met Yi Feng's sharp claws. At this time, Yi Feng only felt a huge gust of wind coming, and before he had time to dodge, Yi Feng subconsciously crossed his claws on his chest. The next moment, a huge force struck, and his body was thrown flying involuntarily. In mid-air, Yi Feng tried his best to flap his wings, and finally stabilized his body before landing. "It's pretty fast, almost bumped into me." Yumeya curled her lips slightly, as if mocking. "In that case, then I'm not going to be polite." Yi Feng raised his brows, and his fighting spirit was ignited. In an instant, the accelerated soul skill was activated, and the body appeared beside Yumeya like a ghost. Tough. With a soft shout, Yumeya's whole body was covered with a layer of fine red armor. At this moment, she was like a dangerous beauty snake. Yi Feng's paw landed on her body, sparking a burst of sparks, and the ear-piercing voice kept ringing. The second soul skill, Fire Snake Dance. Yumeya was not in the mood to fight back. The second soul ring under the feet lit up, and the flames rose up under the feet, forming a series of fire snakes, and under the command of Yumeya, they enveloped Yi Feng. Swish. Yi Feng flapped his wings, and under the blessing of the accelerated soul skill, his body seemed to be teleported, and he retreated far away in an instant, leaving the fire snake's attack range, and the fire snake seemed to possess spiritual wisdom, quickly gathered together to form a fire python, and continued to rush towards Yi Feng. But the speed of the fire python was still too slow in Yi Feng's opinion. While flapping his wings, Yi Feng had bypassed the fire python and appeared next to Yumeya again. Ding 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 ding. Yi Feng's sharp claws kept hitting Yumeya's body. Even though Yumeya had hard soul skills, the claws still made her feel a burst of pain. The clothes on her body had long been scrapped under Yi Feng's attack and turned into pieces of cloth. If it wasn't for the scales covering her body, she would have been exposed. This time, Yumeya was blown away. The tail of the boa constrictor behind him waved wildly, and holes were smashed into the ground, but in the face of Yi Feng's speed, all this was futile. She couldn't even touch Yi Feng's shadow. "Senior Sister Mayor, admit defeat. In front of my speed, all attacks are futile." Yi Feng's faint voice rang in Yumeya's ear. "Ha! Damn bastard, I'm going to kill you." It's fine if Yi Feng didn't say anything, but when he spoke, Yumeya almost went crazy. "Hee, then don't blame me for being rude." Yi Feng's eyes froze and he was no longer polite after dodging the fire python and Yumeya's tail attack that were chasing him. The next moment, the tinkling sound came again, and he still couldn't believe that he couldn't break Yumeya's armor. "Ding, your martial soul feels like it was ridiculed by the fire python Linjiao. Under the rage, the evolution rate has been greatly improved. Ding, the evolution rate of your martial soul has increased, and the evolution rate is August 10th. The next moment, Yi Feng felt that the claws of his hands became sharper, and his body speed became faster. Stab it. A piece of armor on Yumeya's body was picked up by Yi Feng, revealing the white skin inside. "Junior brother Yi Feng, stop fighting, Meyer, you have already lost." Just as Yi Feng was about to expand the results of the battle again, Ning Haren's voice came over. "Senior Sister Meyer, what do you say?" Yi Feng stopped what he was doing and asked with raised eyebrows. "Humph, Yi Feng, right? I remember you, just wait for me." Knowing that even if she continued to fight, she would not be able to beat Yi Feng, Yumeya had no choice but to move. You don't need to remember it." Yi Feng touched his nose. He didn't want to be remembered by Yumeya. This woman is too pungent. She is not a woman who is easy to get along with at first glance, and Ning Haren was entangled so badly even if she didn't see it, he didn't want to suffer this kind of crime. "Okay, Mayor, it's just a sparring session, don't be so serious." Beside, Ning Haren also came over to advise. "That's right, Sister Meyer, my third brother lost twice, and you only lost once, don't worry about it." Ning Rongrong also comforted beside him. "It's just her comforting words, no matter how you look at it, it looks like a knife." "Wait, I will come to you again." Yumeya said unconvinced. "Don't, Senior Sister Meyer." Hearing this, Yi Feng became anxious, and suddenly saw Ning Haren, so he rolled his eyes, quietly came to Yuamire, and whispered in his ear. As long as you don't trouble me, how about I help you chase Brother Haran? My relationship with him is very good. Daoist friend who is dead and poor, Yi Feng can't care so much at this time, let's get rid of this woman first. Are you serious? Yumire's eyes lit up, and her attitude towards Yi Feng changed instantly. Really? Yi Feng nodded affirmatively. Huh, it's over if you say that earlier. Yumire patted Yi Feng's shoulder, and said boldly, Junior brother Yi Feng, you are very good. Yi Feng, oh, woman, although he didn't know what Yi Feng and Yumire said, Ning Haran was also relieved to see the two reconciled as before. He knows Yumire's temper, and he will definitely do what he says. If she remembers it, junior brother Yi Feng will be troubled in the future. Just like him now, but what he didn't know was that his junior brother Yi Feng had already sold him out. In today's battle, Yi Feng has gained a lot. The evolution rate of his martial soul has increased by 3 points. I believe that his martial soul will evolve again in a few days. In the next few days, Yi Feng's life fell into a calm state. During the day, he received training from two Douluo, and his soul power accumulated at a very fast speed. A week later, accompanied by a burst of heart-piercing pain, Yi Feng's martial soul evolved again. Ding! After the arduous training of the martial soul, your martial soul has evolved into a top sparrow. That the next moment, a row of data appeared in front of Yi Feng's eyes. Host, Yi Feng, martial soul, top sparrow, 0/10, level, dash, innately full of soul power, soul skill, acceleration, mastery, skill, 7 treasure glazed meditation method, minor achievement. A sparrow is actually a sparrow, Yi Feng thought for a moment, and he felt that the martial spirit sparrow had evolved to its peak. If it evolves again, it is estimated that there will be very large changes. After all, they are all at the top level, and there are no more levels above. Thinking of this, Yi Feng suddenly became hot. I also look forward to the next evolution in my heart. After the martial soul evolved to the top level, Yi Feng's martial soul also underwent great changes. The biggest change is the wings. The original color of Mama Lai began to change to gray-black. After the wings were opened, the feathers on the body became sharper. With the blessing of speed, it has a certain lethality. The claws also became sharper, and the tip of the sharp claws flashed a cold light from time to time, and it was extremely sharp at first glance. The sight of both eyes is also clearer. Now, even if he is not in the state of Wuhuan possession, he can still see the subtle movements 100 meters away. Even mosquitoes can be seen clearly. End of this chapter. Chapter 15 Yi Feng's Life Experience. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Naturally, Yi Feng's martial soul changes cannot be hidden from Ning Fengji, Jian Douluo and others. When Ning Fengji heard that Yi Feng's martial soul had evolved again, the shock in his eyes almost overflowed. What's going on? Xiao Feng's martial spirit has mutated again. Ning Fengji stood up, unable to maintain his gentle expression any longer. Yes, even though I can't believe it, the truth is right in front of my eyes. Sword Douluo nodded, not knowing what to say. Yi Feng's martial spirit is really unexpected. In less than a month, his martial spirit has mutated twice. If he hadn't seen it with his own eyes, he would never have believed it. Xiao Feng, quickly release the martial spirit and let me see. Ning Fengji said to the innocent Yi Feng. Okay, teacher. Yi Feng obediently displayed his martial soul, allowing Ning Fengji to investigate. With a confused expression on his face, the evolution system is his secret, and it is impossible for him to reveal it. If you want to get away with it, you can only pretend to be stupid because of your age. After all, he is only a 6-year-old child. It's normal not to know about Wuhuan mutation or something, but it's not normal to know more. Teacher, is my martial spirit alright? Seeing Ning Fengji's serious expression, Yi Feng asked worriedly. It's okay, Xiaofeng, this is a good thing, don't worry. Ning Fengji comforted. For now, it is indeed a good thing. After all, this Wuhuan mutation is also a benign mutation, but what Ning Fengji was worried about was that Yi Feng's martial soul mutated so easily. What if it mutated again in the future? What would happen if there was a vicious mutation? Once there is a malignant mutation, maybe Yi Feng's martial soul will be crippled. It's just that Ning Fengji didn't tell Yi Feng about these worries. After all, knowing more would not do Yi Feng any good. At present, Yi Feng's most important thing is to cultivate. As for his Wuhuan problem, he has his own teacher to help him solve it. After comforting Yi Feng, Ning Fengji asked him to go back to training. After Yi Feng left, Ning Fengji looked at Bon Douluo with a serious face. In terms of martial soul theory, Bon Douluo is better at it. Judging from the current situation, Xiaofeng's situation is extremely rare, even I have never heard of it. Bon Douluo scratched a few hairs on his forehead, and the next moment, a hair was scratched off by him, which made him feel distressed. There were not many of them in the first place, but this time I scrapped another one. A martial soul like Xiaofeng that mutates twice in just 1 month can be called a mutable physique. If we want to know more about this physique, we have to check his parents. Ning Fengji nodded, then rummaged through the desk. Soon, he found what he wanted from a pile of materials. Yi Feng was his disciple, and of course Ning Fengji knew about him. Xiaofeng's father is a sole master of the sensitive attack system. Wuhuan is a night cat, and he used to work in the dark team. It's just that his mother has some background. Her surname is Bai. After Ning Fengji handed the information to Bon Douluo, he briefly introduced it from the side. Surnamed Bai. Bon Douluo raised his head in surprise. Is she from the Min clan? Ning Fengji nodded. She was indeed born in the Minji clan, but because of her martial soul, she left the Minji clan, and then met Xiaofeng's father, and the two of them joined the Seven Treasure Glazed Tiles sect and became disciples of the sect. Found it, Xiaofeng's mother is also a mutated martial spirit. Bon Douluo, who was flipping through the information, raised his head in surprise. Yes, Xiaofeng's mother's spirit is also a sparrow. Originally, her spirit should belong to a swift-tailed swift, but her luck is not as good as Xiaofeng's. When her spirit awakened, a vicious mutation appeared. It seems that the source should appear on Xiaofeng's mother. After analyzing for a while, Bon Douluo raised his head and said. I think so too, but I'm worried. What if Xiaofeng's martial spirit mutates again in the future? Ning Fengji said worriedly. Let's not worry so much anymore. It might be a good thing to continue to mutate. Bon Douluo said with a faint smile. Hey, you old bone, put your fart away. What are you pretending to do here? Sword Douluo said dissatisfied. What do you know? Bon Douluo gave Jian Douluo a disdainful look. He turned his head and explained to Ning Fengji. Just now you saw Xiaofeng's martial spirit possession. What do you think it looks like? You mean, sharp-tailed swift? Ning Fengji thought about it for a while and asked joyfully. That's right. Bon Douluo gave Ning Fengji an appreciative look. If that's the case, maybe it's really a good thing. Ning Fengji walked back and forth on the ground with a happy face. I can hardly hide my excitement. You know, the martial spirit of the sharp-tailed swift is much more powerful than the ordinary sparrow, especially in terms of speed. He is notoriously fast. If Xiaofeng possesses the swift-tailed swift martial spirit, coupled with his cultivation talent, it would be exciting to think about it. I heard that the Min clan is having a hard time recently. It seems that we need to walk around with them. Ning Fengji and Bon Douluo looked at each other, with hidden smiles appearing in their eyes. Yi Feng didn't know about the discussion between Ning Fengji and Bon Douluo, let alone that his mother was born in the Min clan. Now, he was dealing with another trouble. Yi Feng, you lied to me. Yi Feng's courtyard door was kicked open, and Yue Meyer walked in angrily. Senior Sister Meyer, I didn't lie to you. Yi Feng blinked innocently, trying to get away with it. You said you didn't lie to me, you said you would help me, but after so many days, you haven't done anything at all. Yue Meyer asked angrily. Senior Sister Meyer, you must be patient with this kind of thing, and don't rush it. Yi Feng advised. How can I not be in a hurry? The little goblins of the Zongmen are going to join Brother Haran every day, and they can't even drive them away. Yue Meyer said angrily. This. Yi Feng suspected that Yue Meyer was talking about herself. How about this, Senior Sister Meyer? Don't worry, I'll ask Senior Brother Haran first to see what he thinks. Then go quickly, I'll wait for you here. Yue Meyer was impatient, and pushed Yi Feng out of the door as she spoke. Hey, Senior Sister Meyer, slow down, I'll go by myself. Yi Feng, who walked out the door, was speechless. He was kicked out of the house, so who the hell could ask for an explanation? After thinking about it, Yi Feng decided to make a quick decision, and get rid of Meyer first. Soon, Yi Feng came to Ning Haren's residence. Before entering the door, he ran into Ning Rongrong, who was just about to go out. Brother Yi Feng, why are you here? I'm about to go to your place. These days, Ning Rongrong almost regarded Yi Feng's yard as his second home, running to him every day. Hey, I'm here to look for senior brother Haren, is he at home? Shaking his head, Yi Feng asked, brothers and sisters, the contract has been sent out, and the status of the contract will be changed soon. Hurry up if you want to invest. By the way, ask for a recommendation ticket and collection. // asterisk */ asterisk / dot. End of this chapter. Chapter 16 Mimic Practice Environment. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hearing that Yi Feng was looking for Ning Haren, Ning Rongrong shook his head cutely. Third brother isn't at home, why are you looking for third brother? Ning Rongrong asked. Then where is he? I'll ask him for help. Yi Feng continued to ask, there is Meyer at home, if there is no result, she will definitely not give up. Third brother usually cultivates in a mimicry environment, so you should be able to find him there. Ning Rongrong replied, by the way, brother Yi Feng, why do you ask third brother for help? Ning Rongrong looked left and right around Yi Feng, but didn't find anything wrong. Mimicry Practice Environment. Hearing this word, Yi Feng's eyes lit up instantly. The mimetic practice environment is a good place. If he can practice there, his strength can definitely improve faster. With Qibao Lulazong's family background, it is natural to have a mimetic cultivation environment. How could he forget this? Brother Yi Feng, you haven't answered me yet. When Yi Feng was deep in thought, Ning Rongrong shook him awake. Oh, Meyer came to the door just now, and she insisted on asking me to help her chase your third brother. Let's go to the mimicry training environment to find him. By the way, do you know how to get to the mimicry training environment? Yi Feng turned back. God came and asked Ning Rongrong. I know, Dad took me there, come with me. Ning Rongrong waved her little hand confidently, and pulled Yi Feng outside. On the way, Ning Rongrong was obviously very interested in Yumier's matter, and kept asking. Brother Yi Feng, why did Sister Meyer ask you for help? Why don't you come to me, I can help her. But with Sister Meyer's temper, I guess Brother Haren won't like it. Ugh. While talking, Ning Rongrong sighed like a little adult. Hee, I'll leave this task to you. Later, you can ask Senior Brother Haren to see how he feels about Senior Sister Meyer. Yi Feng is only interested in the mimetic cultivation environment. As for the Meyer matter, just deal with it casually. Okay, leave it to me. Ning Rongrong patted his chest with confidence. It sounds very interesting to hold the red line for others. Soon, under the leadership of Ning Rongrong, the two came to a forest with fresh air. As soon as he stepped here, Yi Feng's system notification sounded. Ding, your martial soul feels that the environment here is very comfortable, it has become more active, and the speed of evolution has accelerated. Ding, your 7 treasures glazed meditation can feel abundant energy, and your cultivation speed has been greatly improved. 2 reminders in a row made Yi Feng understand that the mimetic practice environment is indeed a treasure for him. If he can practice in such an environment for a long time, his level will definitely be improved faster. This place is amazing. Yi Feng exclaimed. Of course, this is the most precious place of the 7 treasures glazed tile school, ordinary people have no chance to enter here. At the entrance of the forest, there are 2 soul masters guarding them. When they saw Ning Rongrong, they hurriedly bowed to her. My subordinates will see His Highness Rongrong. Open the door, I want to go in. Ning Rongrong raised her chin and said proudly. This. The 2 soul masters looked at Ning Rongrong hesitantly, with embarrassed expressions on their faces. What, don't tell me that what I said doesn't work. Do you want me to find my father? Ning Rongrong's grandma threatened fiercely. Subordinates dare not. Even though Ning Rongrong was only a child, the two soul masters did not dare to neglect. Seeing Ning Rongrong angry, they hurriedly lowered their heads. "Quickly open the door for me," Ning Rongrong scolded. Yes. Under the threat of Ning Rongrong, the two soul masters could only open the door with a bitter face and let them in. "Don't worry, we went in to find senior brother Haran, and we will come out when we find him." Yi Feng, who was following Ning Rongrong, saw that the two were pitiful, so he explained to them. "Third young master, you should practice in that direction. It's not far from here, just go from here." One of the soul masters nodded to Yi Feng and showed him the way. "Okay, thanks. You're welcome," the soul master said with a smile. Although he didn't know Yi Feng, he didn't dare to neglect anyone who could stay with Ning Rongrong. "I don't need them to guide the way, I know the place." Ning Rongrong confidently pulled Yi Feng into the forest skillfully. "This place is a bit heavily guarded. Is it difficult for sect disciples to come in and practice?" Yi Feng asked curiously. "Of course it's difficult. Dad said that maintaining a mimetic cultivation environment requires a lot of precious resources. Only genius disciples are eligible to enter. Ordinary disciples are not eligible to come here to practice," Ning Rongrong said proudly. "In that case, I should also be qualified?" Yi Feng asked himself silently. He should also be considered a genius. "If it's brother Yi Feng, of course," Ning Rongrong said proudly. Hee, that's good. From tomorrow onwards, I'll be practicing here." Yi Feng prepared to go to his teacher later and apply for practicing in a mimetic cultivation environment. While the two were chatting, the destination was reached. Ning Rongrong is indeed quite familiar with this place. Under her leadership, Yi Feng also saw Ning Haran, who was meditating and practicing. Perhaps because he noticed the movement they made, Ning Haran, who was practicing, opened his eyes and looked towards them. "Little sister, junior brother Yi Feng, why are you here?" Seeing them, Ning Haran showed a gentle smile on his face. Third brother, we're here to find you." Ning Rongrong ran up to Ning Haran's side, and began to share the news she got. Under Ning Rongrong's twittering, Ning Haran finally understood their purpose. "You mean, junior sister Maya ran to your yard and asked you to help her chase me?" Ning Haran asked in surprise. Obviously, he was puzzled by Yumir's behavior. After all, he didn't know that Yi Feng sold him directly to avoid trouble. "Yeah, I don't know, senior sister Maya will come to me." Yi Feng scratched his head and said. "Hey, it seems that junior sister Maya has caused you trouble, I'm sorry." Ning Haran looked at Yi Feng apologetically and said. It's okay, it's my honor that senior sister Maya can come to me for help." Yi Feng suppressed the apology in his heart, and began to test Ning Haran's views on Yumeir. After all, he provoked the matter, so he had to solve it no matter what. "Senior brother Haran, don't you like senior sister Maya? She's pretty. It's not a matter of beauty or not. The main reason is that we are still young, so we should work hard to cultivate now. For me, it's not necessary for me to have sex," Ning Haran said with a smile. In other words, senior brother Haran still has a crush on senior sister Maya? Yi Feng asked. Ning Haran pondered for a moment. A trace of confusion flashed in his eyes. Obviously, he didn't know whether he had feelings for Yumeir or not. Shaking his head, Ning Haran raised his head and said to Yi Feng, "Please, junior brother Yi Feng, leave this matter to me and let me talk to her." "Okay then." Yi Feng is not interested in the affairs of Ning Haran and Yumeir. Now, he just wants to practice hard in this mimetic cultivation environment and improve his strength. End of this chapter. Chapter 17 Distraction Control. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Soon, a group of 3 people left the mimetic practice environment and came to Yi Feng's yard. When they walked into the yard, Yumeir was lying on Yi Feng's usual sunbathing chair. "Brother Haran, why are you here?" Yumeir was very surprised to see Ning Haran suddenly. After a while, he stood up from the chair, hurriedly ran to Ning Haran's side, hugged his arm and did not let go. A trace of helplessness flashed in Ning Haran's eyes, obviously not used to Yumeir's enthusiasm. Can I not come? You have found junior brother Yi Feng to come here. If I don't come, junior brother Yi Feng won't dare to go home. Hey, I just came to play with junior brother Yi Feng, junior brother, don't you think so? Yu Meyer explained with a dry smile, then turned her head and asked Yi Feng. Yeah. Although Yumier's excuse was so fake that Yi Feng was embarrassed for her, he still nodded seriously, as if what Yu Meyer said was the truth. Okay, I don't know you yet, let's go, let's leave first, don't delay junior brother Yi Feng's cultivation. Ning Haoren didn't say much. There are some things that he wants to communicate with Yu Meyer in private, which is not suitable for him talk in public. Well, I listened to brother Haoren. Yu Meyer hugged Ning Haoren tightly, with a happy expression on her face, that is to say, Yu Meyer is beautiful. If it were someone else, maybe Ning Haoren would have kicked her past. This obsessive energy really made him a little overwhelmed. Then let's go first, and we will discuss it when we have time. Ning Haoren nodded to Yi Feng, and then left with Yu Meyer. Ah, it's finally quiet. Seeing them leave, Yi Feng clapped his hands, turned his head to look at Ning Rongrong, and said to him, I'm going to the teacher's place, do you want Rongrong to go together? Okay, I'll go too. Ning Rongrong was almost becoming Yi Feng's little follower. Wherever he went, Ning Rongrong would follow. After more than 10 minutes, Yi Feng and Ning Rongrong came to the main hall of the sect, where Ning Fengji usually works. With Ning Rongrong here, there is no need to notify in advance. Ning Rongrong himself is the token to walk. In the 7-treasure glazed tile school, there is no place that Ning Rongrong cannot go. From this, it can also be seen how much Ning Fengji doted on Ning Rongrong. No wonder in the original book, when Ning Rongrong first appeared on the stage, she was arrogant. Even Shrek's soul Saint Flender couldn't do anything to her. Father, brother Yi Feng and I have come to see you. As soon as he saw Ning Fengji, Ning Rongrong shouted from afar. Huh, my little princess, why do you want to come and see Dad? Ning Fengji was obviously very happy to see his daughter, even though he could see Ning Rongrong every day when he went home. Every time he saw him, he couldn't help being happy. After all, Ning Rongrong is his only daughter. He, brother Yi Feng is looking for you. Ning Rongrong threw herself into Ning Fengji's arms and said with a smile. Oh, is Xiao Feng looking for me? Ning Fengji hugged his daughter and looked at Yi Feng. Yes, teacher, just now Rongrong and I went to the mimetic cultivation environment, where I think the cultivation speed is very fast, so I want to go there to practice. Yi Feng saluted Ning Fengji, and then explained the purpose of coming. Even if you didn't tell me, I will arrange for you to go in after a while. Since you can't wait, then go. Ning Fengji showed a gentle smile on his face. Stretching out his hand, he took out a token from somewhere and handed it to Yi Feng. Take it, this is the pass token of the mimetic cultivation environment. If you want to practice in the future, you can enter it at any time. Thank you, teacher. Yi Feng's heart warmed up. Although he knew that Ning Fengji might not have the intention to buy people's hearts, he was really kind to him. This treatment was not worse than that of his own son. You're welcome, the teacher expects a lot from you. As long as you work hard in cultivation, it will be the greatest reward for me. Ning Fengji said with a smile. Yes, teacher, I will definitely not disappoint your expectations. Yi Feng said confidently, he is a person with a system, he is not a god, and he is sorry for the system. Well, is there anything else Xiao Feng needs to do? After finishing the matter, Ning Fengji started to chase people away. He is busy with his precious daughter right now, so how could he have time to take care of his disciple? I heard that our 7-treasure glazed tile school has a distraction control soul skill. Teacher, can I learn it? Since Ning Fengji asked, Yi Feng was not polite, and put forward his own request on the spot. Because of the cultivation system, as long as he got the soul skill, he could cultivate automatically, without delaying the training time at all. So, of course, the more soul skills, the better. You want to learn how to control your mind? Ning Fengji was taken aback when he heard the words, then shook his head, and tried to persuade him earnestly. Xiao Feng, distraction control is not very useful to you. Let's not talk about whether you can succeed in cultivation. Even if the cultivation is successful, a lot of time will be wasted. The teacher hopes that you can use your time and energy to improve your level and don't be distracted. But teacher, I'm a fast learner and won't take up my usual practice time. I promise you that I will only practice in my free time. Yi Feng explained. This. Ning Fengji frowned slightly, and was about to continue persuading him, but Ning Rongrong next to him kept shaking his arm and acting coquettishly. Father, you can teach Brother Yi Feng. Brother Yi Feng is a genius. I believe he will learn it quickly. Yes, teacher, let me try it first. If the cultivation is too difficult, it's not too late for me to give up. Anyway, it won't take long. Yi Feng gave Ning Rongrong an appreciative look, and then looked sincere. He looked at Ning Fengji. Now, Ning Fengji was besieged by the two together, and finally couldn't stand it anymore. He shook his head helplessly, and sighed, "You two little fellows, really, okay, can't I teach you, Rongrong? Stop shaking, Dad's bones are about to fall apart." He. Hearing her father's promise, Ning Rongrong laughed and stopped her movements. Thank you, teacher. Yi Feng also hurriedly thanked. It's fine to teach you, but you have to promise me that you can't spend too much time on distraction control, and you can't delay your cultivation. Ning Fengji instructed. Don't worry, teacher, I know it well. Yi Feng happily accepted the distraction control handed over by Ning Fengji, and agreed casually. Sigh, I really don't know where you learned about distraction control. In fact, distraction control can't really be a distraction. Its effect is only to make your control of soul power more precise, and it won't cause any damage when using soul skills. It's a waste. Ning Fengji shook his head and opened his mouth to explain. Can't really be distracted? Yi Feng was taken aback for a moment, then looked at Ning Fengji, his eyes full of doubts. Distracted control. After successful cultivation, it is true that multiple soul skills can be released at the same time, and through precise control, the purpose of saving soul power can be achieved, but these operations are all realized through precise control. It can be said that this soul skill is better called precision control than distraction control. End of this chapter. Chapter 18 Ning Rongrong Awakens Martial Soul. You are listening at hard.Your. So, distraction control is not of much use to you. After explaining for a long time, Ning Fengji still didn't want Yi Feng to waste time on distraction control. It's okay, I'm just curious and want to know more. Yi Feng said, normally speaking, practicing distraction control is really useless to him, at most it is to save a little soul power, so that he can control his soul power more delicately. Compared with the practice time spent, it is a little bit worth the candle, but this is just a normal situation. For a person like him with a golden finger, it doesn't matter whether this problem exists at all. Anyway, his soul skills can be cultivated automatically, and it doesn't take up the time to practice. In this case, of course, the more soul abilities, the better. At the very least, after he succeeds in cultivating distraction control, it can help him save some soul power. Saving soul power is equivalent to increasing the battery life in battle. Men all want to become more durable. Wow. Okay, you can try it if you want to. Seeing that Yi Feng was determined to practice, Ning Fengji stopped trying to persuade him. As a child, think about it as soon as you think about it, and when he really cultivates, he will know how difficult it is. In order to make him quit despite difficulties, Ning Fengji didn't even plan to explain the cultivation techniques to him. Thank you, teacher. Then I'll go first. Seeing that Ning Fengji and Ning Rongrong were having fun, Yi Feng said goodbye wisely and left. Brother Yi Feng, wait for me. At this moment, Ning Rongrong, who was in Ning Fengji's arms, jumped up and followed Yi Feng's footsteps bouncing around. Ning Fengji, my precious daughter was kidnapped just like that? Shaking his head helplessly, Ning Fengji had no choice but to return to his position and start dealing with the affairs of the sect. Here, Yi Feng took Ning Rongrong back to his small courtyard, and impatiently started the cultivation method of distraction control. Soon, Yi Feng turned over the whole practice method of distraction control. The difficulty of getting started with distraction control is really not small. The entry requirement is the heart of 3 apertures, followed by the heart of 4 apertures, the heart of 5 apertures, the heart of 5 apertures, the heart of 6 apertures, and finally the heart of 7 apertures. Every level can improve one's own soul power control ability. If placed on Ning Rongrong, the 3 orifices Yusin can control 3 soul skills at the same time, assisting 3 targets. And this kind of ability is very tasteless to Yifeng, because he doesn't need this ability. Ding, your distraction control sensed your disgust and decided to let you see his ability. Ding, your distraction control proficiency has improved and reached the entry level. In an instant, a sense of distraction and control appeared in Yifeng's mind. At this moment, he felt that his ability to control the soul power was stronger. Ding, with the help of distraction control in your meditation method, the efficiency of your practice has been greatly improved. Ding, your martial soul feels the appearance of a new partner, very happy, your martial soul's evolution rate has increased. The progress is January 10th. Is the auxiliary ability of distraction control so strong? It seems that I have wrongly blamed you. Sensing the changes in his body, Yifeng couldn't help showing a smile on his face. Appreciate the performance of distraction control in the heart. It's just that he is very proud of distraction control, and ignores Yifeng's praise. Of course, Yifeng doesn't care about this, as long as it is beneficial, let him confess to distraction control. Rongrong, you will awaken your martial spirit in a few days. After learning how to control distraction, Yifeng looked at Ning Rongrong, who was bored aside. Brother Yifeng, have you finished watching? Hearing Yifeng's voice, Ning Rongrong rushed over. Just now when Yifeng was reading, Ning Rongrong obediently did not come to disturb him, but was playing by himself, but he got bored after playing for a while, and squatted on the ground to count ants. Well, that's enough. Yifeng nodded. Dad said, I will be able to awaken in a few days, and then I will also awaken Brother Yifeng's innate full soul power. Ning Rongrong said confidently. Well, Rongrong can do it. Yifeng encouraged. Even though he said this, Yifeng knew that Ning Rongrong might be disappointed. Innately full of soul power, how can it be so easy to awaken? In the next few days, Yifeng's life became more regular. In the morning, he would learn martial arts theory with bone Douluo. In the afternoon he would train fighting skills with sword Douluo, and after class, he would go to the mimetic training environment to cultivate his soul power. Occasionally, Ning Fengji would personally teach him when he was free, but Ning Fengji's teaching is more about teaching him how to be a human being. Of course, it also means increasing his belonging to the 7 treasure glazed tile school, and Yifeng understands all of these, and agrees with Ning Fengji's approach. 5 days later, that is, the day before Ning Rongrong's awakening, Yifeng finally broke through his strength and reached the 12th level. Calculating the time, it has only been exactly 1 month since the awakening of the martial soul. In just 1 month, he went from level, to level, a full 2 levels up. Although one of the first levels relies on the increase of the martial soul, this does not affect the fact that Yifeng cultivates quickly. Level breakthrough, the improvement of strength is not as great as imagined. In Yifeng's feeling, that is to say, the total amount of soul power has increased a little, the physical fitness has improved a little, and the overall strength has also increased by about 1 level. In terms of strength, there is no qualitative improvement, but even so, the news of Yifeng's breakthrough was shocking enough. When Ning Fengji knew that Yifeng was about to break through to level, he was so excited that he didn't sleep well all night. Early the next morning, Yifeng, Ning Fengji, Sword Douluo, Bone Douluo, Ning Yifei, Ning Shaoran, Ning Haoran, and many others came to the Spirit Awakening Hall. Ning Yifei is Ning Fengji's eldest son, around 21 years old. His martial soul is the 7 treasures glazed pagoda. He has just broken through level, and his cultivation talent is not high. Ning Shaoran is Ning Fengji's second son. He looks 17 or 18 years old. His martial spirit is also the 7 treasure glazed tile pagoda, but unfortunately he has no talent for cultivation. Ning Fengji arranges him to study etiquette in Heaven Do City, and he may become a member of the Heaven Do Empire in the future. The son of a nobleman. It was the first time Yifeng saw them both. When Ning Fengji introduced Yifeng to Ning Yifei and Ning Shaoran, the 2 buddies were very friendly to him. In terms of talent cultivation, Ning Fengji was quite successful. because the little princess of the 7-treasure glazed tile school is about to awaken. Everyone attaches great importance to this martial soul awakening. Even several elders of the 7-treasure glazed tile school sent representatives, and even came to visit in person. This awakening, the number of people is about the same as when Feng awakened last time. After all, the 7-treasure glazed tile school is one of the top 3 schools. There are thousands of soul masters alone. Counting the ordinary people in the periphery, the number reaches tens of thousands. Every month, many people reach the age of awakening. Just like this time, counting down, there are actually close to 20 children. That is to say, the 7-treasure glazed tiles sect is rich and powerful, so it can arrange a martial soul awakening every month. If it is a remote place, it can only wait for the Wuhuan temple to send someone to awaken it for free, but the free awakening of the Wuhuan temple only happens once a year. Of course, if you have money, you can also go to the Wuhuan temple in a big city by yourself to pay for awakening. However, the cost of paying for awakening is too expensive for ordinary people. 1 gold soul coin at a time is the accumulation of ordinary people for a year. End of this chapter. Chapter 19. Ning Rongrong is not happy. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It is still the familiar martial soul awakening hall. As the little princess of the 7-treasure glazed tile school, Ning Rongrong was of course the first to awaken. Under the watchful eyes of everyone, Ning Fengji personally presided over the awakening ceremony for Ning Rongrong. I saw Ning Fengji taking the 6 pitch-black stones. Before reaching out, soul power has been input into each stone. Dazzling golden light bloomed in Ning Fengji's hands, and the next moment, those 6 stones formed a hexagram in the air, spinning and staying on Ning Rongrong's body. In an instant, the hexagram formation formed a golden light covering Ning Rongrong inside. Countless tiny glossy surfaces floated out from the mask and entered Ning Rongrong's body. Under everyone's expectant gaze, Ning Rongrong could only feel a warm energy flowing in her body. The next moment, as if breaking some shackles, with a light snap, a wave of energy involuntarily rushed to her right hand, intense-colored. Light bloomed in Ning Rongrong's hands, and indistinctly, everyone noticed a pagoda-shaped Wuhuan appearing in Ning Rongrong's hands. Great, it's the 7-treasures glazed tile pagoda. Ning Fengji, who was the closest to her, was naturally the first to discover it. When he saw the familiar Wuhuan in Ning Rongrong's hand, he couldn't help showing a hint of surprise on his face. Let me just say, my little princess Rongrong will definitely awaken the 7-treasure glazed tile pagoda. When Ning Rongrong's martial soul appeared, Douluo also laughed out loud. I don't know who it was just now, and I kept talking about it. Douluo began to mock Douluo, but his face was also full of joy. Dad, my 7-treasures glazed pagoda is so beautiful. At this time, Ning Rongrong also opened his eyes, happily holding up the 7-treasures glazed tile pagoda and said, Rongrong's 7-treasure glazed tile pagoda is of course the most beautiful. In Douluo continent, even with the same spirit, everyone is different. Just like Ning Rongrong, her 7-treasures glazed tile pagoda is very beautiful. The pagoda body is shining with precious light, and it is overwhelming, and there are 7 different colors changing on each floor. It looks absolutely wonderful. Rongrong, take back your martial soul first, and let me see your innate soul power. Ning Fengji began to teach Ning Rongrong the method of taking back his martial soul. Ning Rongrong is very smart. She learned it just once, and successfully retracted the spirit into her body. Hurry up, Dad, my level must be the same as that of Feng's elder brother, both born with full soul power. Ning Rongrong urged with a face full of anticipation. Put your hands on it. Ning Fengji handed out a blue crystal ball, his face full of anticipation. His sons are not up to the mark, and their cultivation talents are not high. Now, his only hope is pinned on Ning Rongrong. At this moment, Douluo and Douluo didn't care about bickering anymore. They watched Ning Rongrong test his spirit power level without blinking. Looking at the blue crystal ball that Ning Fengji handed over, Ning Rongrong stretched out his small hand and covered the crystal ball at once. In an instant, the crystal ball in Ning Rongrong's hand lit up. The dazzling brilliance spread little by little, and finally infected the entire crystal ball. Just a little bit, it can completely fill the crystal ball and burst into brilliant brilliance. Unfortunately, this point is like a natural moat, insurmountable. 9th level innate soul power. Ning Fengji didn't know whether to be disappointed or happy, and when the crystal ball remained unchanged, he announced loudly to everyone. If there was no existence of Yi Feng, who was innately full of soul power, perhaps Ning Fengji would have been overjoyed. After all, it is rare to be born with full soul power. Even in the entire Douluo continent, there are not many people with full soul power. In addition to the innate full soul power, the innate soul skill level 9 is already a top-level cultivation talent, but the unexpected appearance of Yi Feng made Ning Rongrong's cultivation talent look a little bit worse. Suddenly, Ning Fengji's emotions were extremely complicated. After all, what father doesn't want the best for his daughter? Ning Fengji was stunned, but the others were not. For them, an innate soul power of level 9 is already an extremely rare talent, especially Sword Douluo and Bone Douluo, almost jumped up with joy. These two old men have never been married in their lives, and they have long treated Ning Rongrong as their own granddaughter. Seeing that she has top-level cultivation talents, they are so excited that they can't speak. Oh my god, His Royal Highness Rongrong actually possesses the top cultivation talent, and the martial spirit is still the 7 Treasures Glazed Tile Pagoda. Now our 7 Treasures Glazed Tile sect has a successor. Yes, the suzerain can rest assured now. There is Yi Feng with innate full soul power before, and Princess Ning Rongrong with 9 innate soul power in the back. God bless my 7 Treasure Glazed Tile School. Congratulations Sect Master. Congratulations Sect Master. All of a sudden, everyone surrounded Ning Fengji and Ning Rongrong, congratulating non-stop. All kinds of compliments and praises surround the entire awakening hall. Everyone be quiet. At this moment, Ning Fengji's gentle voice sounded, suppressing the noisy voices of the crowd. Under Ning Fengji's aura, the scene instantly became quiet. I would like to announce here that Ning Rongrong will be the next successor of the 7 Treasure Glazed Tile sect. I hope everyone will support my daughter as much as you support me. As soon as Ning Fengji said these words, the scene was silent for a moment, and then burst into earth-shattering cheers. In Douluo continent, there is no saying that a woman cannot be an heir. As long as she has the ability, it doesn't matter whether she is male or female. Moreover, Ning Rongrong also possessed top-level talent in cultivation, and her martial soul was also a 7 Treasure Glazed Tile Pagoda. Everyone was only pleasantly surprised by this, not dissatisfied. After all, the 7 Treasures Glazed Tile School has 2 titled Douluo, Chen Xian and Gu Rong. Under their strong suppression, the 7 Treasure Glazed Tile School has long been in harmony. Originally, the only worrying thing was that Ning Fengji had never had a suitable heir, but the appearance of Ning Rongrong now just filled this vacancy. This is also the reason why Ning Fengji couldn't wait to list Ning Rongrong as the next suzerain successor. After all, above Ning Rongrong, there are several sons. For the sake of internal harmony, Ning Fengji cut off other people's thoughts from the very beginning. On the side, Yi Feng carefully observed the expressions of Ning Yifei, Ning Haoran and others, and found that their faces were also full of surprise, and there was no sense of loss. From this aspect, it can be seen that Ning Fengji's education of his sons is successful. There are not as many dirty things happening in other sections. When everyone was happy, only Ning Rongrong was quite dissatisfied. In spite of everyone's compliments, she came to Yi Feng's side with her mouth pouted, with a sad expression on her face. Brother Yi Feng, why isn't my martial soul born full of soul power? It's so annoying. Hee, don't worry, the innate soul power is not static. In the future, my brother will help you and make your cultivation talent stronger. Yi Feng rubbed Ning Rongrong's cute little head. In fact, even without him, Ning Rongrong's martial soul can evolve in the future, and her cultivation talent will also become stronger accordingly. It's just that with foresight, Yi Feng can guarantee that Ning Rongrong will not miss this opportunity because of his appearance. End of this chapter. Chapter 20 The Gift of the Two Douluo. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Will I also have the cultivation talent full of soul power in the future? Ning Rongrong asked happily. Cultivation talent can of course be changed. Yi Feng smiled. Hee, that's great. From now on, I'll be born full of soul power. Ning Rongrong didn't doubt Yi Feng's words at all. In her heart, brother Yi Feng is the most powerful, this kind of trust and admiration has become an absolute recognition when Yi Feng took her to play, told her stories, and so on. In her heart, apart from Ning Fengji, Sword Douluo and Bone Douluo, Yi Feng is the most powerful person. Ning Rongrong was appointed as the next successor of the sect, which was a major event that shocked the sect. For this reason, Ning Fengji also specially prepared a canonization ceremony, announcing Ning Rongrong's inheritance right to the whole clan. The 7-treasure glazed tile school had an heir, and the whole school celebrated 3 days and 3 nights. All of a sudden, the 7-treasure glazed tile school was full of festive atmosphere. As the protagonist of the incident, Ning Rongrong and Yi Feng stayed together in the mimetic cultivation environment, practicing hard. Especially Ning Rongrong, after awakening her martial soul, she can finally practice Qibao Yuli meditation. Because she possesses the 7 treasures glazed pagoda martial soul, Ning Rongrong made relatively fast progress in cultivating the 7 treasures glazed tile meditation. According to Ning Rongrong's own statement, in a few days, she will be able to get started. Rongrong is too good, this is the rhythm to break the sect's record. Yi Feng praised. Hearing Yi Feng's praise, Ning Rongrong didn't feel happy at all. Instead she looked at Yi Feng with an aggrieved face. But our sect's record has long been broken by you, brother Yi Feng. This is an exception. Yi Feng explained with a dry smile. In fact, he is indeed an exception. After all, he learned the Qibao Yuli meditation method at one time, relying on golden fingers. This is Ning Rongrong's real ability. The next morning, Ning Rongrong and Yi Feng came to the class place. Bone Douluo didn't go to class immediately, but looked at Ning Rongrong and Yi Feng with a gentle face. Of course, Yi Feng was just incidental. He smiled and said to Ning Rongrong, "Rongrong, in order to celebrate the awakening of my little princess's martial spirit, Grandpa Bone gave you a gift." As he spoke, Bone Douluo took out a yin-yang jade pendant from somewhere. The yang jade was dark gold, and the yin jade was milky white. "Grandpa Bones, what is this, so beautiful?" Ning Rongrong looked at the jade pendant in Bone Douluo's hand in surprise. "This is the jade pendant that Grandpa got in a ruins before. Wearing it can speed up the speed of soul power cultivation. This jade pendant is useless to Grandpa. Now it is just a gift for Rongrong." While speaking, Bone Douluo had already handed the jade pendant to Ning Rongrong. "Can I speed up my cultivation? Then can I also reach the cultivation speed of brother Yi Feng?" Ning Rongrong took the jade pendant and played with it happily. It should be possible. This question almost stopped him. After all, he was not born with full soul power, so how did he know the speed of cultivation when he was born with full soul power? "Hey, this jade pendant is 2 pieces. At this moment, the jade pendant in Ning Rongrong's hand made a light click, and suddenly a piece of round jade became 2 pieces connected end to end in the shape of a crescent moon. Because it is a yin-yang jade pendant, it can naturally be divided into 2 pieces. Bone Douluo laughed and explained. It's just right for me to share with brother Yi Feng. Brother Yi Feng, I'll give you the black one. I want the white one." Ning Rongrong untied the rope from the jade pendant, and handed the yang jade to Yi Feng. "This." Yi Feng glanced at Bone Douluo, and after seeing his smiling and silent eyes, he immediately understood that this was originally prepared for him, but Ning Rongrong was able to generously distribute the treasures that can increase the speed of cultivation to him without knowing it, which really moved Yi Feng's heart. After all, not everyone can be so generous when facing treasures. "Thank you Rongrong, thank you Grandpa Gu." Yi Feng happily thanked the 2 of them. Thank you, since you call me Grandpa, don't be too polite. Wait a minute, remember to show this jade pendant to your Grandpa Jian. I want to see, what face does he have for you?" "Grandpa." Thinking of Jian Douluo's embarrassed expression at that time, he felt happy for a while. Okay, I'm going to find Grandpa Jian right now." Ning Rongrong rolled his eyes, and immediately pulled Yi Feng up and walked out. "Don't worry, it's time for class. If there's anything else, we'll talk about it after class." Ning Rongrong's small thoughts couldn't escape Bone Douluo's eyes. Without giving her a chance, she stretched out her hand and pushed her back to her seat, and then started. Today's lesson. Humph. Ning Rongrong pouted, her face full of displeasure. Listen to the class first, and I'll take you out to play later. With Yi Feng's comfort, Ning Rongrong finally calmed down. Soon, the class was over. Ning Rongrong stood up, pulled Yi Feng and ran outside. Brother Yi Feng, let's go, let's ask Grandpa Jian for a gift. Normally, Jian Douluo stayed in the main hall of the sect when he was free, protecting Ning Fengji. Ning Rongrong pulled Yi Feng, ran all the way, and soon came to Sword Douluo's room. Huh, why are you two little guys here? You only have class in the afternoon. Seeing Ning Rongrong and Yi Feng, Sword Douluo said happily. He, let's see Grandpa Jian. Ning Rongrong threw himself at Jian Douluo to be suspicious, acting coquettish and cute all the time. It made Sword Douluo laugh out loud, but soon he stopped laughing, because he discovered the yin and yang jade pendant that Ning Rongrong deliberately exposed. As Bone Douluo's old enemy, he is very familiar with this pair of yin and yang jade pendants. Bone Douluo has shown off this treasure in front of him many times. Rongrong, where did you get this yin yang jade pendant? Jian Douluo had a bad feeling in his heart. This is a gift from Grandpa Gu. Grandpa Jian, do you have any presents for Rongrong? Ning Rongrong asked with sly eyes. This, of course. Sword Douluo's premonition came true, and he didn't know what Ning Rongrong meant when he heard this. But since the old bones have brought out the good things, of course he can't be bad. Immediately, he took out a string of exquisite bracelets with a painful face. This is a soul tool I found in a ruin. It can be used to store things. This is for Rongrong. What about Brother Yi Feng's? Ning Rongrong took the bracelet and continued to ask Sword Douluo for it. Yes, Xiao Feng also has it. Jian Douluo twitched his cheeks, groped for a while, and took out a pair of wrist-shaped soul guides. This is also a soul guide for storing items. Xiao Feng, take it. Sword Douluo squeezed out a smile, and handed it to Yi Feng. Thank you, Grandpa Jian. The elder's gift is irresistible. Yi Feng is very yearning for the storage soul guide, and has wanted to have one for a long time. Of course, he remembered all the contributions of Sword Douluo and Bone Douluo one by one, and when he had the opportunity, he would naturally return something in return. He believes that with his own ability, he can definitely do this. End of this chapter.